Assalamu alaikum, Emaan powered mothers. Hope you have been doing well. I want to ask you today, who is this child that is roaming around, running around in your home? Maybe you're sitting on the couch, slouching on a device or on the computer. Who is it? Who are they really? Who is she? Who is he? Who are you raising? Are they somebody who is going to be honored on the day of judgment in front of all the angels, all of humanity, all the prophets? Could that be the child that you're raising? Are they the one who are going to be neighbors of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu of Khadija radiallahu anha on the day of judgment? Is that this child? Couldn't it? You don't know. Are you raising someone who's going to shine in this world by doing good to others and shine on the day of judgment and bring honor to you because of whom you will be wearing crowns of light on the day of judgment? We will be honored through them on the day of judgment. Has Allah blessed you with that child? I don't know you and I don't know your child, but I can absolutely guarantee you that your child has it in them to be one of them. So do you. How do I know that? Because Allah has created a forerunner, a sabiqun. There are people who go to hellfire. There are people who go to Jannah. And then there are the forerunners who are going to go to Jannah before everybody else gets to go to Jannah. The forerunners. And Allah has created that ability, that forerunner in all of us. Even Fir'aun had that. He killed the forerunner in him and only let the evil in him grow. But each one of us has it in us already. It is in us already. It's just a matter of do we grow that? But that's what your child is capable of. Have no doubt about it. Who do you see in your child? I know so many, I meet so many mothers every year. And what I see, unfortunately, by the time children are 10, 12, 13, this vision, this desire, this, seeing the greatness in your child starts to die down when you are just like busy in the struggle to just get them to pray regularly, leave that device, stop wasting their time. And no doubt about it, that the challenges that you are facing, that the challenges, the temptations our children are facing are unprecedented. They're like massive. Attacked from all directions, constantly. Billion-dollar industry working to capture their hearts. Entertainment, media, games. It's very difficult. I wondered this about myself a long time ago. Like, do I have a chance to be among those who are at those high levels? I have so many sins. I just hope, I don't know if I can even barely, do I even have it? Like, I'm such a weak person. Do I have it in me to even go to Jannah, let alone at those high levels? Maybe I just don't have what it takes. And so many of you might be questioning that about yourself. And when you see your children, struggling to even do basic things, you might be thinking that about them as well. Do they have it in them to be among the likes of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu? Well, that's way too much. Or like, Mus'ab radiallahu anhu, the companions. So let me share something with you to give you hope. No, I was gonna say give you hope, but give you certainty, inshallah, that this absolutely is possible. No doubt about it. Prophet Muhammad said, there will come a time when holding on to your Islam will be so hard as it is to hold on to hot coals. And at that time, when one of you acts with Iman, that then their reward will be like this 50 times reward. Their reward will be like of some 50 people doing that, 50 times over. So someone asked, Ya Rasulullah, 50 of them? And he said, no, 50 of you, the companions, the reward of 50 companions. How incredible is that? Now, maybe it is not that hard to hold on to our Iman today, as it is to hold on to hot coals. But it is pretty hard, especially for our children, especially for them, where they're surrounded by evil temptation at this young, influential age, where they can be easily influenced. We're seeing evil unlike we have seen in ages or ever, just spreading and being praised, celebrated. We are seeing, our children have to just imagine, they have to face the temptation of having major sins on that device so easily accessible at their fingertips and say no. That requires a lot of strength. Comfort is easy for them, easily accessible, easy for them, right? Constantly with them. And to leave that and stand up for Salah, not that easy. They are facing great challenges, and the challenges are going to keep growing. We can't stop that. So maybe it is not as hard as holding on to hot coals, but it is pretty hard compared to having Prophet Muhammad SAW right there with you. Right? We don't have that. So maybe our reward, or our children's reward, is not that of 50 companions. Maybe one. Maybe one companion, two companions. And wouldn't that get them to become forerunners? Inshallah. Our challenges are great. Our test is great. Our children's test is even greater. And when they succeed in that, and they excel in that, when they're outstanding in that, which absolutely Allah has given them capability for. How do I know that? Because Allah doesn't burden a soul more than it can bear. Allah doesn't give you a test that you can't excel at. If He has given you the test, He's given you the ability to excel at that. So this is not a coincidence that this child that's in your home right now was born at this time, in this home. This is what is best for them, to help them go to the highest levels in Jannah, to become a forerunner. Don't lose hope in them. Don't lower your expectations from them. Don't stop seeing the greatness in them. Don't lower your vision for them. Have high aspirations for them, not just in dunya, get good scores, but in deen and dunya. See the greatness in your child. If you don't see that in your child, then who will? What you see in them, knowing my mother sees a forerunner in me, has such high expectations of good from me, to doing good for others, good in this world, being a source of light for others. Imagine the impact of that on a child, as opposed to a child growing up thinking, oh, my mom thinks I'm not good Muslim, I am not good at that, I'm lazy, I'm careless, I'm this and that. That just sinks the self-esteem of the child, that just sinks their own aspirations from themselves. Raise your expectations, raise your aspirations for them. I'm not telling you to burden them. It's just the hopes of the mother, right? It's the hope, it's the vision of the mother. And when you have that, your children will see that in you. So let me ask you, and that's your activity today. to write down a great vision of who you see your child to be. Who do you see your child to be? Write it down, describe it in detail. And when you have that in your heart, then times get hard, when temptations and difficulties drag you down. When you have this great vision, this vision will lift you up. Those mothers, a couple of days ago, that we learned about, the inspiring mothers, they were, each of them had a great vision for their child, didn't they? Had a great vision for their child, who they wanted to see them become, to see them be a light for others till the day of judgment, right? What is your vision for your child? Don't worry about is it possible or not. We will work towards that. And Allah is with us on this. That's what Allah wants for your child too, for you too, to be honored in this world and the next. So write it down, describe it, open your heart, fill it with hope, and see the best in your child. And not, write big picture, but see the good in your child, their talents, their abilities. What are they good at? Are they good writer? Are they good orator? Are they good at connecting with people? What good do you see in them? Write a vision for that. Tell you, in fact, I would recommend at different points as you go on, you tell your child that I see that you are a great writer. You write so well. If you keep working at that skill, my vision is that one day you will write great books that will enlighten people. I see you are great at art. My vision is one day you will become one of the best artists in the world that will bring happiness to people with your art. My vision for you that you are a great speaker, that you are going to give talks that will educate people, inspire them. My vision for your talent that you are so good at making friends, connecting, that you will connect, most people, great friends, and connect them with each other, connect the most secluded, isolated people, and connect them with each other. You're going to be a great ambassador, just like Mas'ud radiallahu anhu was. For the first, he was a young boy, the first ambassador of Islam. There is great potential in your children. Don't underestimate that. And I have seen mothers, parents who believed in their children, who saw the greatness in them, the potential in them, and gave them those opportunities and the transformation of those children. I have had students who were so shy, like Muhammad, who was low in self-esteem, he was shy, hesitant, and within a few weeks, he was with me in Rising Heroes. He worked with his team on helping in the problem of a bully buster. Their team organized a talk show. He even went and interviewed, Naman Ali Khan was in the town at that time. He was so nervous, literally his body is shaking. But he went and interviewed because he was so passionate about this cause. Interviewed him. He, mashallah, organized a sale in his community to help with the charity. He, mashallah, did a khutbah on bullying for children. And within a few weeks, mashallah, this boy was transformed. And in a couple of months, he was the head boy of his school. That's possible when you believe in your children and you give them the opportunities to grow rather than being the, um, the protector. I will tackle all the challenges that ever come your way. Believe in them. Let them lead. Let them become, face the difficulties of life, challenges of life. Prepare them for that. We saw in the last video how Prophet Muhammad SAW did that with children around him. I have seen girls who were so shy, like Ayat, who was so shy. She couldn't even speak up in the class much. Within a few weeks, she worked on a project to help homeless people, interviewed charities, and organize, they use their talents, their creativity. They went through the engineering design process, created an amazing program for helping homeless people, a whole fundraiser, mashallah. And within a few weeks, this girl was transformed. In a couple of months, she was the head girl in her school. Children like little Ibrahim, who was just like any other kid, who was busy with TikTok and this and that, right? That's all he could talk to his friends about. And in a few weeks, as he was given the opportunity, his parents believed in him. I believed in him. He was given the opportunity to make an impact, given the tools, given the guidance from the sunnah, from the dunya, of how to make the change happen. And mashallah, Ibrahim was transformed. He went to the MP of his city, called him up, talked to him about making an impact in Palestine. That wasn't it. His project was to also help the orphans. Mashallah, he helped with the team, and they worked on creating a happiness journal for orphan children. Incredible, right? Like Isa was one of my very first students who took balloons with and hadiths on them and went out to give dawah to people. And looking at him, his example from that was 10 years ago. Today I've had I don't have a count, in fact, how many children have been inspired by his idea and done the same. Children who never thought they could do something like that. I could give dawah with balloons. Like Khadija, who followed him and did exactly that to people she found outside the mall. There's so much potential in our children. It's just we need to believe in them, give them the opportunity. Children who might be resisting, even to pray, but give them the opportunity to act with Iman in this time, and you will see the good grow in them. So that's your activity today. Get on with it. Write a vision for your child. And I've given you so many examples to what's possible when we believe in our children, what they can achieve. I have seen children who are not even praying transform when they were given the opportunity, when their parents believed in them. They joined Rising. They were given the opportunity, work for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, using your abilities. We believe in you. We gave them the tools, we gave them the guidance from Prophet Muhammad's characteristics. And once they had that, now they're empowered with knowledge, they're given the opportunity, they have the space, they have the company, and they flourished. They transformed. Maybe just like that. It's not magic. It makes total sense, right? But you see the good in me. You have a great vision of me. That's who I am. That's who you see in me. So write it down. That's your activity. I can keep talking about and keep telling you more and more incredible stories of children. And unfortunately, what makes me sad of so many children losing their spirit, becoming depressed and anxious, partly because of the way we are treating the children in this time. Inshallah, I'll talk more in detail about it with you soon. But they're feeling suppressed. This is not how children in the past were raised. We need to raise our expectations, raise our aspirations from them. So write it down, a great vision for your child. Who do you see your kid to be? See the best in them. I will see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.